Hi Triple P lovers, this is a tutorial on how to cut shoulder dart bustier. That is what we want to cut. So please relax and watch to the end. The first thing to do now is to get our shoulder, which is our back. Our shoulder is 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5. That is what I've just measured now. So we now come down at that shoulder part. We'll come down, so I'll measure 7.5 plus 1 inch slope, that is 8.5. That is what I've just measured now. Do you get it? That is what I've measured now. So now that is our armhole. So we are going to connect it together. As you can see me do, I'm connecting it together to get our armhole. So that is it. Now I told you I added 1 inch for slope to it, so here I'm going to get my 1 inch slope. I'll get my 1 inch slope. That is what I'm doing now. So I've measured it 1 inch for slope. So the next thing to do is to get our nipple to nipple. Our nipple to nipple is 7 inches. 7 inches divided by 2, that is 3.5, plus ½ inch sewing allowance. ½ inch sewing allowance, that is 4 inches. So we are going to measure our 4 inches from that point down to the half cut. So that is what I'm doing now, 4 inches. So now we'll connect it together. So after connecting it together, the next thing for us to do is to get our nipple point. The one we'll finish measuring now is the nipple to nipple measurement. The next one now is the nipple point, as you can see me do, from shoulder to the nipple point, and is 11 inches. 11 inches plus ½ inches for sewing allowance at the shoulder part, that is 11.5. So our underbust is 14 inches. From our shoulder to our underbust is 14 inches. 14 inches plus ½ inches for sewing allowance at the hem line is, that is 14.5. So I'm ruling the line. We are ruling the line. That's the line at the underbust. So I've finished ruling. So the next thing to do is to get our bustier. So now we now go in at the underbust. Here there is a mistake here, so let us not do this mistake also whenever we are drafting our bustier or shoulder dart bustier. So now the normal thing to do, as you can see me do now, I'm trying to correct it here. I'm correcting myself here. So that is the nipple point. That is the nipple point. So where we are going to measure now, we are going to measure our we are going to start our measurement at the underbust. So I went outside by 1.5, then I came in by ½ inches. I went to the hem line too, or the half cut. I measured 1.5 outward, ½ inches inward. So now I'm connecting it together. So I'm trying to connect it together, as you can see me do. So that is it. We have connected it together. So now the next thing to do is to get our bustier. Now I will now go up and down by half inches at that nipple point. That nipple point. Watch what I'm doing. So I'll go up. Have you seen it? I went down by ½ inches. I went up by ½ inches. That is in between the line. Is in between that nipple point line. So I'll now connect it. Have you seen it? I'm trying to connect it. So that is it. So I'll come in at that ½ inches part also. I'll connect it also. Have you seen it? I'm connecting it to the ½ inches below that nipple point. So now we'll get our shoulder dart measurement. Now we are going to measure 1 inch inward, 1 inch outward to get our shoulder darts. 1 inch inward, 1 inch outward. Have you seen it? So I've measured 1 inch outward and measuring 1 inch inward. So from here we are going to connect it to that ½ inches above that nipple point. Have you seen it? So that's what we are doing now. We are going to connect our half inches. That half inches above that nipple point. We'll connect it to that 1 inches at the shoulder line. So that is what we are doing now. So we are done with that. We are done with that. So now we are going to blend it. I'm trying to blend it. So after blending it now, the next thing for us to do is to measure our bust. Our bust is 38. 38 divided by 4, that will give us 9.5. 9.5. So that is what we are measuring now. So we get our bust, which is 38. 38 divided by 4, it will give us 9.5. So as you can see me do, that's 9.5. So we measure our 9.5 there. 9.5. So from that shoulder dart line to that nipple point line, I will measure the space in between. So the space in between is not up to 1/2 inches, very close to 1/2 inches. So I measured half. I used half. So our allowance is 2 inches. So my allowance is 2 inches. The sewing allowance is 2 inches. So I'm adding my sewing allowance, which is 2 inches. I've added it now. So I'll now come down to the hem line or the half cut. I'll come down to the hem line or the half cut. But it depends on what you call it. So now my half line, my half cut circumference measurement is 34. Is 34. So 34 divided by 4, that is 8.5 inches. 8.5. So now we are going to measure our 8.5. This is our 8.5. We measure it. So after that, we measure this dart here. Have you seen it? It's 2. So the dart is 2. So we have to replace it. We replace it. So that is what I've done now. So with my 2 inches allowance, that is what I want to put now. So I'm going to add my 2 inches allowance. So after that, we'll now connect it from our armhole to our hem line or half cut. So I've done that. We have done that now. So the next thing for us to do, I try to get the midpoint of my armhole. Now, to get the midpoint of our armhole here, it will not really matter a lot. It doesn't matter because we are still going to extend our shoulder line because we have removed 2 inches from this shoulder line. So we need to add it back in order for us not to have issue. So now, let's add it back. 2 inches that we have removed for our shoulder dart. That is what we are adding now. So I've added it. I've added back my 2 inches so that I will not have issues. So this is our new shoulder line. That is our new shoulder line. So I'll now connect it down to my armhole. So just watch me as I do it. I'll connect it to my shoulder. Have you seen it? Just watch as I do it. Watch the way I'm doing it. So that's it. I've connected it from my shoulder to my armhole. So this is my new shoulder measurements. Have you seen it? That's my new shoulder line. That's my new shoulder line. So that is just it about shoulder dart bustier. So the next thing for us to do now is to cut it out. So just watch as I cut it out. Watch as I cut it out. Please make sure you watch to the end to see the final results after cutting. So we are cutting it out here. We are cutting out all the darts. Please watch carefully so that you not make mistake. So we are cutting our armhole. So now we are done. So we have cut it out. Now the shoulder slope that I told you of earlier, so that is what I want to cut out now. So I'm going to cut out my shoulder slope, and that is all. And that is all about shoulder dart bustier. Have you seen how beautiful it is looking? That is how to cut shoulder dart bustier. If you find this video helpful, please comment, like, and share. Thank you so much. God bless you. This is giving. Bye. See you in my next one.